Hey everybody, fluxJeLLy here, bringing you guys another Starcraft 2 replay. This is going to be a ZvZ I played on Shattered Temple. I'm pretty sure this wasn't a ladder game, it was just a practice game. So we're going to have me, fluxJeLLy, the Reds are spawning at the right side, spawning at the right side, and we got Predator, the Greens are spawning at the left side. I just want to take a quick second to plug the FSL. It's the tournament that my team's putting off. We're going to be having... I think it's today, actually. We're going to be having the round of 16, and it's going to be casted live. So I'm probably going to be bringing you guys the games that aren't live casted on my channel, if you guys want to keep track of that. The site is fluxStarcraftLeague.tk, if you guys want to check that out. And yeah, we're going to be streaming all around the 16 games today, including mine. I'm actually playing as well, so it should be pretty exciting. So we're going to get into this game now. So ZvZ, I do have a build I like to do. I don't know if I do it in this game. I don't really remember. It's been a while since I actually played this game. And here's me QQing about the ladder session I had a little bit before this game. But I do like to 15 hatch in ZvZ and go into roaches really quick, just because it's really good against banelings. It's actually the perfect counter to baneling all in. You get your roaches as soon as the banelings actually show up. So you do have them in time, and it's a really good safe defensive build. It pretty much, I mean, it's weak against early ling floods, but if you're good at defending them, then you can still survive even if they do it. And yeah, it like, I don't know, it's just, it forces the game into a roach infestor game, or into like, it basically forces into a macro game, which is essentially what is my strong point in ZvZ. So I do try to use that build a lot. Not actually doing it this game though. I did go for gas pool, so actually, I think I went. Actually, no, I did go pool before gas, so we're gonna have some speedlings, but I'm not really quite sure what I'm gonna be going into here. Predator, on the other hand, did the exact same thing. He went gas pool, so he's gonna be opening the same as me. Don't know if he's gonna go baneling all in or not. A lot of Zergs like to do it for a quick win. I personally hate banelings in ZvZ. I hate ling baneling micro and those kind of games. I do try to force the game into roaches and infestors and stuff like that. So we're going to see how this turns out. We do have a cross-map spawn here, so we're probably going to have a pretty long macro game, I would imagine. And hey, ZvZ macro games are always real fun, right? Everybody loves ZvZ. Not really, but anyways. Yeah, we'll call it dynamic. That's what we'll call ZvZ. I do throw my hatchery down right now, so I just wanted to open with a couple speedlings just to make sure I can get some scouting in and not get hit really early with say like a 10 pool or an 11 pool or something like that. He's actually does have 4 of his lings out on the way as well, so and he's actually throwing down his hatch too, so I'm actually a little bit ahead right now. I did get my hatch down first, so that's pretty good there. I didn't actually go scouting with my lings because I saw his coming, so I was going to hopefully try and pick off his lings before scouting, but he actually turned his back as well, so I'll be moving mine out now just to see if I can see what he's doing. I do have an overlord here. I am going to see this hatch, so that's a pretty telltale sign of what he's doing. Speed is on the way for him. His is actually a lot faster than mine, and this is in ZvZ. You have to watch out for this. If you have any suspicion that your opponent has their speed before yours, you really don't want to move out with your lings when speed's just about to finish, because if their speed finishes and they can catch your lings out in the middle of the map and pick them off, it's essentially game. Like that's usually the end of a lot of players. You do want to make sure you have your speed before you try to be aggressive with your lings, because if you get caught, you're pretty much screwed. That roach warning is on the way, so I did go into that roach build that I was, a variation of that roach build I was talking about earlier. I didn't really know what to expect from him. I'm seeing a lot of lings, so I was thinking that maybe he's gonna go for banelings. I didn't actually see if he pulled off gas, which he actually didn't, so he should be throwing his baneling nest down now, that or he just forgot to pull his lings off, or his drones off gas. So his speed's actually done. Mine is done as well, so I did wait for that speed to finish before I moved out with my lings. I'm going to poke around to see what I can find out here. He has actually a lot of lings though, so I'm going to have to back up really quick. Yeah, I mean, he's got, what is that, it's 20 lings right there against against my like 10, so I'm gonna have to be really good at defending this. I got an extra couple lings out here and a queen, so I should be alright. He might be able to get a couple drones here, which isn't what you want as a Zerg. You want to keep all those drones alive, but he did actually pick off like 3 drones, so that's really bad for me. He's actually going to target down this queen as well, so he actually might even get the queen. Yeah, he does actually get the queen to go down as well, so a lot of damage done with that early push. If you look at the income tab, I am actually behind in drones after that push because he did kill like 3 or 4. So that was a pretty good engage by him. You know, he put on a little bit of pressure, forced me to make lings. You know, droned up behind it really well, so he's actually really far ahead now in drones. And he actually took out my queen too, so his production's going to be better than mine, so yeah, that was really good engage. I'm going to be doing a counterattack here. I do know I have to do some damage. I did assume that he was droning up behind this because a lot of Zergs do that. They get that early big Ling count, and then they just drone behind it when they put on pressure. So I did decide to counterattack here, and this counterattack is actually going to do a lot of damage. He doesn't have any Lings. He's got 2 Roaches on the way now. This Queen's going to get taken out, which is pretty big, because that means the our production capabilities are going to be even, and I'm actually taking out a lot of drones as well, so evening out the drone count as well. A couple of Roaches did pop out. They will actually be able to defend this pretty well. I did take out one of them. I'm going to see if I can pick off a couple of drones here just to even out the counts a little bit. I did go after the weak ones, so I did take out 2 drones there, I think, so I did even out the count a little bit. I'm actually way far ahead now. I was droning behind that. So as you can see, put on a bit of Ling pressure and then droning up really hard is a good way to even out the game a little bit. That's what I did there. Now I'm actually ahead a fair bit. I'm up 8 workers right now. I'm still making a lot of Lings, so I do want to keep the pressure on. This is really good if you know you have a little bit of a lead, because you want to make sure that they can't just sit there and drone up, drone up, drone up. You want to keep the pressure on, so make sure they keep making units, and if your economy's better, you're just going to be able to make more units, and you'll eventually win. So I do expect to be going into Roaches fairly soon. His lair is actually up right now. That's a really fast lair. And he's getting his Roaches out right now, so they'll be able to defend this Ling push pretty easily. I'm going to have to get out of here pretty fast. Yeah, he even took all his drones out, so again, like this pressure, it's stopping all these mining. Like, look at how many drones could be mining right now. That's like 6 drones that could be mining. Instead, they're just running off and being scared. So you do want to keep that pressure on and keep them on their toes. A lot of players will just crumble under that kind of pressure. I'm actually starting to tech now. I had to throw down all my gas. My mineral count is pretty high, as you can see, so I should be getting some Roaches here to put on a little bit of pressure, probably drone up behind this as well. So looking pretty good right now. If you look at the income tab, I am actually ahead by 5 drones right now, and I do have 8 more on the way, so that's really good there. Roach and Roach here. I don't know why Predator actually went early lair. That's going to be kind of interesting to see. He went lair off 1 gas. You don't really want to do that, just because you're not going to be able to tech very much. Like, he's going Banelings now, which is really, really strange. I don't know why he got that layer. Maybe it was a misclick. I don't know, but I mean, that was really a waste of investment right there, because he's not going to be able to use this for anything. And he's actually going Banelings right now, so he must think that I'm going really, really Ling heavy, but in fact I'm getting Roaches now, so this is actually going to be a really bad tech choice for him. He's going to have useless Banelings to deal with Roaches, which you don't really want to do because they're just not cost efficient. I do have an Overseer right now. I saw that early layer, so I figured he might be going some burrow play. But this attack is actually going to get cleaned up here, I do think. There's a lot of Lings and Roaches here, so not much from Predator coming out of here. Yeah, his Roaches are getting taken out pretty quick. So yeah, this is going to be really interesting to see if he's going to be able to get any more army out after this. I mean, he got that lair for nothing. He's going to waste a lot of resources there. His Roach count is actually gone now just because he engaged there. I think he should have pulled out of there a lot sooner. I had a lot more Roaches than him. He should have just pulled back and played really defensively. But instead he did kind of overextend himself a little bit, and he did lose more Roaches than he should have. But he is actually droning up, so he's droning up a little bit. So he should be all right for the time being. Should be getting his gas now. So yeah, I think what he did is he just got that layer a little bit too early. I feel like he should have just got his gas, then got his layer. Just so he could keep that production up a little bit instead of wasting all his drones. He doesn't have very many drones on minerals at all in his main. You want to be more saturated than that. Look at the income tab right now. My lead's actually getting a lot bigger, just because I'm droning up behind everything. See, like, you can see him now. He's going to start catching up. He's throwing down 12 drones right there, so that's really good. I am knocking down these rocks. Going to be grabbing my 3rd fairly soon. He's moving out with a couple Lings now. He's probably going to try and leave them somewhere to counterattack a bit later. That's usually what I like to do too on maps like this. As soon as they move out with their army, you just send in a couple Lings and wreak havoc on their mineral line right here. You'd be surprised how many drones you kill. You probably kill the entire mineral line. But nonetheless, those rocks are down now. I should be getting some kind of burrow upgrade, I feel like, if I'm going into Infested Roach play. But I don't think I actually got burrow, which is kind of disappointing. I do like burrow. No reason not to get it. I mean, it's really, really good, especially when you have Roaches. They just regenerate so fast. But Roach speed on the way now. The Passaging Glands is over 30, and 30 is the number where if you start making Infestors after the 30, you'll be able to have that full energy as soon as they pop, which is a really good thing to know. He's actually grabbing his 3rd as well. His is going to be a little bit behind mine if I throw mine down anytime soon, which I should be doing. But we do have Infestors on the way right now. 4 Infestors, plus one Carapace and weapons, Passaging Glands, and Roach speed on the way. His Infestation Pit is just at 30 right now. So he should be grabbing some Infestors fairly soon as well. I'm throwing down my 3rd right now, so it's going to be a little bit ahead of his, and also my drone count is a lot higher than his, so he does have a lot of catching up to do here. He's got to do a lot of damage in this next attack, or he just has to defend my next attack really well, which is going to be good. And he actually did see my Changeling there, but he was looking at everything. I do know he's going to try to grab his 3rd here. But something else you can do with infestors, when you start going infestors and you notice how you're going to be using up all your gas, you're going to have so many minerals left over, you might as well just drone up your third or your fourth. Like, whenever I get infestors, I usually like to expand behind it, just because, like I said, you have so many minerals left over, you can drone up really hard and get infestors out, which means you can stay alive, because infestors are really good at being defensive, and so you can stay alive and expand at the same time, which is really, really good. Just something a lot of Zerg players don't do that they should. So yeah, a couple of infestors out now. I'm getting 2 more, so it's a pretty high infestor count. And those +1s are actually done as well, so that's going to be really good. I'm going to move out here now with this attack. There's probably going to be able to do a fair bit of damage. I mean, he doesn't have very much. I am leaving my infestors. Okay, yeah, there go the infestors now. So yeah, 6 infestors. I mean, he's not going to have any when this attack happens, I don't think. His are just on the way now. His roaches are actually burrowed, so if I can come in here and actually fungal his roaches while they're burrowed, that's just going to be game right there. I mean, that's really, really dangerous. You don't want to do this at all when your opponent has infestors. Just because, I mean, if they catch you underground, you're screwed. I pretty much know this too. I mean, I have my overseer with me, so he's going to have to engage here, and a big fungal going down on those roaches right there. A lot of roaches caught in the fungal, and they're just going to be stuck there the entire battle. Just to keep getting fungal and fungal and fungal, and their health just goes down so fast. Look at that. My roaches aren't actually being as effective as they should be, though. He does have a lot of reinforcements coming, so he's going to be able to defense attack fairly well. He does get a fungal off on my infestors, but he's not going to be able to keep them there very long. He does hit one more. I will be able to get most of them out here now. And this is one thing that you really, really want to do. You want to keep all your infestors alive, because they are so expensive. It just, I mean, the more you lose, the more you have to replenish. You're not going to have enough gas for anything else. And this is where burrow comes into play, too. I mean, if I had burrow right now, I could just burrow these infestors and run them away fairly easily. But instead, I have to run my roaches up here and actually attack again. So I did keep most of my infestors alive, which is really good. So yeah, you do want to do that. He does have a fairly high roach count now, though, so he is actually staying on par with me at this point. If you look at the income tab, he is only 10 workers down, so that's not too bad. I do have 7 more about to pop, though, and a hydrogen on the way. And this is something else that not a lot of Zergs do. When you're playing that roach infestor game, if you can manage to get enough gas, which is usually 3 bases, which also involves keeping your infestors alive, but if you keep your infestors alive and you're on 3 base, you should be able to throw down a hydrogen and add some hydras into your mix, and that actually makes your attacks so much more potent, because those hydras just dish out so much damage, and even the fungal doesn't do as much damage to the hydras, so I mean, they're really, really good in that sense. It makes your composition a lot stronger. Roach Hydra Infestor is a lot better than Roach Infestor. So yeah, something to keep in mind there. He's actually knocking down my backdoor rocks with his Ling, so that's pretty interesting. I don't know what he's going to try to do there. Probably just do a little bit of a Ling attack there. And at the same time, I am knocking down his third rocks, so we're both going to be able to get in the back door of our thirds here. He is actually C-mine, though. He's going to be able to pick off these roaches pretty quick, but the roaches actually run into the third, so they're being really pesky. They might be able to get this queen, even. Yeah, they are actually going to go get this queen, so that's pretty good there. They're going to be able to pick off that queen pretty... Oh, he actually broke the queen, so we're not going to be able to pick it off, but I do actually kind of dodge him and get some... he did actually just throw down some pretty good fungals, though, so he is going to pick off all these roaches. I did almost get this infestor. This infestor has 2 health left, so if I got that, it actually probably would have been worth it. But... yeah, so I do see that third up, no drones there, so I know what kind of position I'm in right now. His supply is actually ahead of mine, because I'm floating pretty hard, and that's because of I didn't throw my gas down right away at my third base here, so that hurt me a little bit. And he does actually have my rocks knocked down as well with those Lings, so he's going to be able to do some counterattacks if he really wants to. And he's actually coming in with Banelings, so this is going to be really good if it actually hits. 3 Banelings can take out a lot of drones if they hit the right spot. So we're going to see what he's going to be able to do here. He's going to just run these 3 Banelings in. I feel like he should bring more down just because they just do more damage. So they are running in right now. I'm not sure if I'm going to pick this up. I do pick this up with my queen, so I'm going to run the drones away. We're going to see and a nice little split there from the drones. And this is what you want to do because it just makes them less efficient. Look at that. Like, he killed 5 drones with 3 Banelings. That's not very good. It's not as nearly as much damage as he wanted to do. So, yeah, really good there. You want to split up your drones like that just because the Banelings are a lot less efficient. And now you can start to see that Hydra number getting kind of high, so I'm going to start moving out now. And these Hydras do a lot of damage to these roaches and the infestors. Trust me on that one. You just got to get the right concave. You got to make sure you're engaging in the right places. 2-2 is done for me. As for him, he's only got 0-1, so my army's going to be a lot more efficient than his. Throwing down a lot of spine crawlers right now, or spine crawlers and spores as third, and this is really smart. You do want to do that. We do have a big engage here, as I do say that, and my army's actually getting caught out of position really bad here. Terrible concave, so he's actually going to be able to deal a lot of damage right here. He's going to be able to deal a lot more efficiently with this army because they were all bunched up right here and not doing as much as they should. But still, you can see how good these Hydras are. They just shred through everything. I mean, even with the bad engage, and the bad positioning, I still got through that army pretty quick, and these infestors are all going to go down right now. So yeah, really big thing there, losing all those infestors. He's not going to have the gas to replenish them. I'm actually coming in. He has a hive up, but I'm going to be able to kill this hive pretty quick, and a lot of overlords going down as well. He's actually going to be able to clean up these hydras with these roaches, but I mean, the damage has been done. I killed all those infestors, and that's a big deal. If you lose all those infestors, they're going to be so hard to get back. But yeah, like I was saying at the third here, you do want to throw these down just to stop those infestor run-bys with the burrow, because they can take out expansions really easy. So you do want to stop that. And he's actually he does have this defended fairly well. I do have some infestors going into the third, and like I said, if these weren't here, I'd be able to kill this base. I just put infested Terrans everywhere, or even fungal all the drones and kill them. But since he has these, I'm not going to be able to do that now. So really smart play by Predator here, putting these up. You do want to do this at every expansion you have against the Zerg. It's just really safe, and you should do it. I do see that get poked, so I do run away. So yeah, now basically his composition is all roach, and that's not what you want. He does have 7 infestors on the way and +3 weapons, but he has no carapace upgrade. He can't get hydras. He's getting a greater spire right now, which is, I don't know if I really agree with that. It's a bit late for that now, but he's gonna have just roaches and infestors instead of being able to get those hydras out. And that's pretty big. I mean, these hydras make such a big difference in this composition that you really do want to get those hydras out. He is grabbing his 4th base as well as mine. Mine's already down. You can see those 2 spines in the spore going down at the 4th. You do want to do that. I should actually be throwing them out at my 3rd too, but I don't know why I didn't. I guess I just kind of forgot. You do want to do that at all your expansions. My 3/3's on the way now. 7 more hydras coming out. And he's actually throwing down a spore crawler. Don't know why he has this overseer. But yeah, big engage coming here. He's actually going to run his roaches by and try to kill my infestors, but they do get fungal, so they're not going to be able to run by like they were going to. And yeah, this is actually also not very good positioning by me. The roaches are a little bit far ahead. They were keeping the hydras all clumped up, which isn't what you want, but I just have too many units at this point and way better upgrades, so he just can't deal with this efficiently. And yeah, I'm going to be running here. This should be GG here anytime soon. He's not going to have enough units to reinforce this. The hydra's in the back just doing all the damage, so yeah, this is probably going to be GG. The queen goes down. These infestors should probably be going down as well. This layer, or this hive, I should say, is going to go down as well. That's a really big loss. You don't want to lose that hive. So he's going to be down on 2 base now, and we do have infestors coming into the 4th at the same time, spitting down those infested Terrans. And this is the kind of thing I was talking about. You wanna stop this from happening at your 4th. So you do want to throw down those spores and spines. So we do have his natural getting taken out as well as his 4th, and yeah, he has no other option but the GG out of here. So yeah, it's really good ZvZ. It came into a macro game. Not a lot of ZvZs do, so it's good to see that every now and then. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this game. Stay tuned for more and hit that subscribe button.